It's Sunday, April 12th, 2026, and we got some more severe weather to talk about in today's video with damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes possible with our upcoming severe weather setups. So let's jump straight into it. So let's start off with what we could be expecting for today. So we actually do have three separate chances for severe weather today. One is down here in parts of Texas, in Oklahoma, and Kansas, where we got a marginal risk, which is level 1 out of 5, expanding from the southern tip of Texas all the way up towards Wichita, Kansas, where we could be expecting some potential for scattered severe storms today. Then we also got this slight risk, which is level 2 out of 5 for San Antonio, Austin, Waco, and Dallas, and Abilene, and San Angelo. You guys are in a level 2 out of 5 slight risk for today, Sunday, April 12th, 2026. Storms will start developing from the afternoon into the evening. An isolated tornado or two cannot be ruled out with this. Damaging winds and hail will also be a potential. So if you live in these areas out here, I do recommend to park your car in the garage so that it doesn't get damaged by hail. So yeah, just make sure you're having a way to get alerts if you're out here. This is not that big of a severe weather setup, though. We don't have that sharp of a dry line, so it's not that big a severe weather setup. It's still dangerous, and you should still making sure you're having alerts. But as you can see here's some of those storms that could develop in Austin. You guys could be getting a pretty nasty storm, especially around 2 or 3 p.m. So Austin, I recommend to park your car in the garage so that it doesn't get damaged by hail. And make sure you're having a way to get alerts so that you get alerts if you ever end up in a severe thunderstorm warning. So I said tornado 2 will be a potential out here. Damaging winds will also be a potential though too. So we got a chance for severe weather up here in parts of northeastern Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin today as well. We got marginal risk, which is level 1 out of 5 over here. We also do have a tornado risk outlined over here. This includes Duluth, Ashland, and Grand Rapids, and places in Wisconsin, Minnesota. I say a tornado 2 will be a potential up here with some of those storms that will push through some of those areas. We can't rule out a strong tornado up here though. You can see here that we got that 2% tornado risk. So, but we can't rule out a strong tornado up here for today though. So, but otherwise, damaging winds and hail will also be a potential up here. So we'll watch out for that. You guys watch out for that. Make sure you have a way to get alerts. Over here in parts of Idaho, southwest Montana, western Wyoming, and northern Utah. This includes Salt Lake City over there to the Idaho Falls. I don't talk about Salt Lake City, the areas that often, or Idaho Falls, because I don't think you guys get severe weather that often, do you? I don't know, if you guys get severe weather that often, but Salt Lake City up towards Helena, Montana, you guys could be seeing severe weather today as well. Just damaging winds is the main concern, as we're going to have some of those storms push through those areas, so be aware for that as well. You can see this is just a little feature area right here that you guys can look at. You can see as the storms will push through those areas. Anyways, tomorrow on to a Monday, April 13th, the severe weather potential does continue if you live in these areas. On to tomorrow on Monday, as you can see here, we got two separate areas that we could be seeing some severe weather for. You can see, if you see this light green right here, just a few thunderstorms will be a potential. Some thunderstorms will be a potential, but for tomorrow on Monday, we could see some severe weather for San Angelo over there towards Oklahoma City. Damaging winds, maybe an isolated tornado, and hail will be a concern over there for tomorrow down there, as we could see some severe weather. But up here in the Midwest, we do have a chance for severe weather as well tomorrow on Monday. This goes from Duluth, Minnesota, down to Chicago, Illinois. We could see some tornadoes with this as well. We got a 2% tornado risk out here, expanding from Minneapolis down to Rockford, Illinois. Isolated tornado 2 will be a potential for tomorrow on Monday, April 13th. Damaging winds and hail will also be a concern. Hail will be a pretty big concern with this. You can see hail up to 2 inches all the way from Duluth down to Chicago. So especially if you're in this hail conditional intensity group 1 risk, you guys need to be making sure that you park your car in a garage if you live in this area on Monday, as we can see some pretty large hail. So be aware for that. As we get into Tuesday, this is going to get pretty significant potentially on Tuesday. Still a little far out, and the areas might shift a little bit, but the slight risk includes, let's see what the slight risk includes. It includes the places affected by the slight risk for Tuesday is Chicago, Illinois. Slight risk is a level 2 out of 5. It affects on Tuesday Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Oklahoma City, and Kansas City, Missouri. And the marginal risk affects Fort Worth, Texas, Cleveland, Ohio, Omaha, Nebraska, Wichita, Kansas, and St. Louis, Missouri. You guys are at risk for severe weather potentially on Tuesday. The damaging winds and hail will be a main concern, and tornadoes will be a potential as well, but it kind of just depends how everything works out. And I do think that we could get a potential upgrade with a risk with this, maybe a enhanced risk somewhere within these areas. Level 3, we could get an enhanced risk, I feel like. It kind of just depends how everything works out. So be aware for that if you're out there inside of that slight risk. And it doesn't even stop there. As we get into Wednesday, we got another severe weather threat all the way from Dallas up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For Wednesday, as you can see here, we got damaging winds, hail, and maybe some tornado potential. Will be possible. As we end of Friday, we do have a severe weather chance as well. This is a new outlook, though. This is by day 6, so severe weather is not calming down. We got another 15% any severe risk probability by Storm Prediction Center. According to the Storm Prediction Center, we got 15% any severe risk spanning from Oklahoma City through Topeka, Kansas, through Des Moines, all the way up towards Rochester. Where we do have a potential for some severe weather, though. So yeah, and just make sure you're staying aware for that, because severe weather is not going to calm down. Today we are expecting some excessive rainfall. If you live over here in northern Michigan, be aware for some excessive rainfall. We're going to have some rain push through those areas. Even down there in parts of Texas, got to be watching for excessive rainfall. Excessive rainfall we got to be watching for tomorrow and Monday as well, and Tuesday in these areas. So that's something to be watching very closely, excessive rainfall as well. So yeah, and then we're actually going to have some warmth make its way into parts of the southeast here. Let me show you guys this. Look at all this warmth that will start making its way into the eastern parts of the United States. I mean, look at this. You guys are just going to be sitting in warmer temperatures for a while. So if you're over there towards the eastern half of the United States, it's going to be pretty nice and warm for a while. It's not going to help the drought, though, in the southeast. That's one thing. It's not going to help the drought in the southeast. So with all this warm temperature, we're also going to be expecting for some potential fire weather conditions for today. If you live in the Ohio Valley and anywhere in these orange areas, there's an elevated fire weather risk for today. There's also a fire weather risk for tomorrow on Monday, sorry. If you live over here in parts of Raleigh up towards Richmond, there's an elevated fire weather risk. And we also got critical fire weather risk, though, down here in southeastern Colorado, northeastern New Mexico, and the parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle on Monday. So we got to be watching that as well. So that's just the fire weather outlook right there and everything like that. So if we switch over to the drought here, as you can see right here, you can see that we got a pretty big drought going on down here in the southeast. Just look at this. Look at this drought. We got exceptional drought going on down here. That warm temperatures moving over there will not help the drought. So, yeah. Beware for that, and fire weather conditions will be potentially will be a concern. So, yeah, and thank you guys for watching. That's pretty much all I got for you in today's video. And please make sure you're staying weather aware for the upcoming severe weather chances for the next few days. Make sure you have a way to get alerts. If you know anyone in these risks, let them know. And yeah, make sure you're having a way to get alerts and everything. And yeah, identify a place to take shelter if needed. Like, know where you're gonna take shelter if you do end up in a tornado warning and everything like that. So that's all I got for you in today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.